So we wanted to come out here to beautiful Alameda and talk a little bit about ebb and flow and what that might mean or look like in the context of the program.
Right. So in our personal experience, because we've done the program, are doing the program, continuing to do the program, we are in it with you, is an interesting process that we notice is that some of the processes come to life in a day-to-day interaction, and you're literally going through this transformation, and then you're being tested on that almost the next day. And we want you to be aware of that, but in addition we want you to be present, because the most important thing is to be present and watch how you're reacting to the stimulus that's going on and what's going on with you internally with the process of all the monitoring that we've learned in the past.
Well, I think when we talked about monitoring in a previous video, one of those pieces is learning how to monitor our energy and reserves and capacity.
Yes.
Right? And so that's going to impact the ebb and flow too. How much do I have to give to this thing that's happening in my life right now? Or I have a lot of energy, and so I can put my time and attention on that, and then I can go and do this thing. Or if you know something is going to be more stressful, then you can say, all right, I know I don't have a lot of capacity today, so I need to ebb and retreat a little bit. I don't have a lot of flow going on.
Exactly. Well, I kind of like that in context to what we're talking about in the aspect of just understanding your energy, but also your presence in that and how you're interfacing with that, because there is going to be a conversation that I have with our clients, and they're going to have this realization, and then the challenge is going to come up, and then what's great is that you work with them in the somatic systems and then working with their nervous systems to allow them to open up for that space and have more capacity. So it's not just like, oh wow, I've had this great massive brain change and now what? It's more like, oh great, my body needs to follow through. As this goes, you're going to find there's places that you stick, and when in that sticking you just have to work through that, and that's part of that ebb and flow process.
There are a couple of things you just made me think about. I think when we think about ebb and flow, people think it happens quickly, but sometimes we've been pushing out too much, and so the amount of ebb might actually be longer than anticipated, and so it feels like you're retreating for a while. But I think it's really important to call that process out, because that's part of the recovery. And you might notice, oh, I feel more tired, I'm sleeping more, I feel more sluggish, I'm slower than I used to be. And so there's going to be the mental chatter going on of like, why can't I do the things that I used to be able to do? And as you are beginning to notice those, part of it is going to be listening and watching your thoughts and doing the monitoring part. Part of it is going to be listening to your body. And the real sweet spot is learning how to bring those two things into congruence with one another, so that there's kind of this motion happening rather than your brain is going here and your body's like, no, or your body's going, no, and your brain is going, yeah, let's go. So there's this disconnect.
Yes. Wow. So that also leads to something that I want to bring up, because we mentioned earlier, is the sound bath, which I think is really important, because one of the things that we've learned, again, we are doing this, is that partway through this process, about halfway, you just need a break. But we don't want to lose the thread. We want to keep you and your nervous system relaxed, and that's why we're doing the sound bath, to give you an opportunity to just tune into yourself, but also tap out and allow your nervous system to go through that change, because we realized doing this that about halfway through we needed a break. So why force that? Why not allow for that? And that's the reason why we put that in there, to allow for that ebb and flow, because once you come back from that, you're almost charged up in a different way and ready to then flow in a new direction.
And it's really fascinating too, because I think when people have that moment and they feel themselves going back into the ebb, I think mentally they think, oh, this is going to take me a long time. And then once they've had that reset, they're like, wow, this actually didn't take me very long at all, and I got to move through it fairly quickly, and that was a lot easier than it's been in the past. And it's going to be the little noticing like that I think is really important.
Exactly. Well, we covered a lot of things.
We did.
Is there anything we need to cover else we need to cover? Because we're talking about real life interaction of day-to-day processes. We're talking about how you're going to react within those processes. I think, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we would love to get your thoughts. So leave them in Marco Polo, so we can hear what kind of insights you had, and also your colleagues can give you some insights or share some of their insights. And we look forward to talking to you soon.
thank you.